Well, let me tell you, writers are weird. It's like
wow, geez.
We are.
Is that just because I'm wearing a kilt that you say that?
Yes.
I love this confessional all of a sudden out of nowhere.
Writers are weird.
Look who we're hanging with.
That would be me.
Look who we're hanging with.
Jason David Frank.
Boom shakalaka.
Please do not change channel.
Hello, World Wide Web. Welcome back to the Hangin With Web Show. I am GW Pomichter.
I'm Christian Basil. Welcome back, guys.
Yeah, and we are here at Central Florida Comic-Con in Lakeland, Florida. We've been here all weekend long. We've been hanging out with some great authors, artists, musicians, filmmakers, comic book creators, creative minds of all kinds. And we are here right now talking to writer Glenn Turner, the co-writer of The Coming Future.
Yes, sir.
You are writing the future. Dude,
It could be.
all I need to know, next Saturday's lottery numbers. Or have you starting after that?
I'm not willing to split.
No, okay.
It's exclusive on that one. Yeah.
I respect that.
I already have to worry about the people coming to me afterwards.
Yes.
And now I got people coming to me beforehand.
Yeah. Because you're co-writing The Coming Future.
There are lines, and that line.
Can't cross it.
No.
But if you're a millionaire, it doesn't matter. You build, strong houses, walls, and all that
If
stuff
I
to
had
keep
$1
people
million,
away. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'd buy your love. But anyway, The Coming Future.
Wait for it. There it is. Okay.
The Coming Future.
Right, The Coming Future, man. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
What the hell were you thinking?
It started a couple years ago. A friend of mine and I, Angel Torres, the co-writer, we were working together at a doctor's office in Plant City, Florida. And I like to write a lot. He liked to write a lot. I think I was doing, in May, they do Nano Write Month or something like that. I forget what it's called. And so I was cranking through a book that
is, for those of you who don't know, it's a challenge that comes in November. Generally, they do it throughout the year now, but it's basically a novel writing in a month challenge.
Yeah.
Write a novel in a month.
And so that's it's another book series that's in my back pocket that I don't know if I'll ever publish it or not, but so I was doing that one month and he said, oh, you like to write? I like to write too. And so Angel and I collaborated a little bit, and after talking he said, let's write a book together. And I said, sure, what the heck? And so we started writing.
Okay, so give us the book blurb. What is this book about?
Blurb, so The Coming Future is about a kid named Alec who begins having visions of a catastrophe coming. Nobody believes him because he's 13 years old.
As one does.
Yeah. And then it happens.
That doesn't happen to you?
And then the disaster happens, and all of a sudden he's stuck in the middle of trying to repair the city after it's been damaged, figuring out who caused the disaster, why it was there, and trying to save the day and still find a date to prom.
Which is always, really, saving the world after a calamity is probably easier than finding a prom date sometimes.
For people like me, yes.
And I think that sometimes they're the same thing, if you really think about it.
I should have had
exactly.
I should have had that line when I was in high school, where I could just say, we need to go to prom together, it'll save the world.
Yeah.
Would have worked.
So yeah,
would that have worked?
Okay. What was it that comedian said? So it's like, if we're the last two people on the planet, we need to repopulate the species. Would you at least consider it?
No.
Okay.
It didn't work for me.
Didn't work.
Well, not us. I'm not talking about.
I am wearing a skirt.
Don't worry about the math on that.
Back to the Future is coming.
He's wearing a
Back
kilt.
to the Future coming.
Okay, so, all right, the obvious question. You're all going to ask it anyway. The kilt. What's up?
Well, the book is...
No, I don't want the kilt up.
No, don't put the kilt up. Tell us about the kilt.
Okay.
What is
I
up
do have
with
a
the kilt?
Scottish-Irish background.
Okay.
My grandmother's descended from Scotland.
Now,
she was the legal immigrant of the group. We had a couple illegal ones too. But yeah, I know. Sorry, but yeah, So I just always had that background.
Okay.
I got married in the kilt.
Does this tartan have any significance?
This one I think is just the standard Black Watch hunting tartan.
Okay.
I think this is a standard one. I had my clan tartan, but I grew out of it because I got fat after I started sitting at a desk for 8 hours a day.
We're writers. The biggest challenge we have is exercising something more than this and these.
Well, see, I work at a doctor's office, and people bring you food all day. They just say, hey, here's a Snickers bar, write my drug. And so Yeah, it's so
Does
I
it
got
work?
that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
We won't go there,
but whatever.
So-
Okay, man. So, so you're co-writing The Coming Future with co-author who is
Angel Torres.
Angel Torres,
Yep.
and you have a novel kind of idea that's in your back pocket.
Oh
that you're
yeah,
ready to go.
I have a ton of ideas.
Ton of ideas.
I'll get there someday. You know, I have.
Now, the Coming Future's out there.
Yeah, Coming Future's out. The
Okay.
second one, The Coming
Future's out
World.
there. Nice.
Yeah, the Future is out.
The Future is
Future's
out
out
there,
there.
but The Coming
Nice.
World is
The Coming World is still coming. Yes, I sent in the edits last night to the editor, the publisher.
Sage knows I'm pulling out innuendos in here right now.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
No, it's
I got
okay.
a lot of. I'll drop them all. Half of what's in the book is just little innuendos about stories or other movies or songs or wrestling or just silly
Which
stuff.
for a lot of writers is the fun of writing,
It
and
is.
for a lot of readers is a great time
Yeah.
because you're always trying to figure out what exactly
that
we
come
were
from?
thinking
Yeah,
about
where did
at
that
the
come
time, and especially in this community.
I once wrote in one of my novels. I have a pair of magicians, Festus and Vis.
Para-magicians
They're a pair
of magicians. Because
Festus
a
and Vis-
para-magician would be weird because the magician's already kind of para.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but no, and that was on the day was Festivus, and so that's how so there's little
Nice.
stupid stuff like that. It just comes up. And,
Very cool, very cool. It's always a lot of fun to throw our pop culture references into
Yeah, it's
the
in there.
fiction. So, you're here at Central Florida Comic Con.
Yeah.
How's this con going for
This
you?
has been a good one for us. I like it. It's a little smaller, but it's big enough that there's still enough stuff going on. There's a lot of people.
There's a lot going on,
Yeah.
but because it's smaller, it has that feel like you can take more time
Yeah.
with the person across the table from you.
Yeah.
When they come over, you can talk about the books, you can talk about your process and what you're working on. That's
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
It has been really neat, and we've done one or two other cons. We've only been out for less than about a year or so. The book has been out, so we're getting our feet wet, trying to figure out what the heck we're doing and
What
how.
are readers saying to you?
They call it kind of a cross between Harry Potter and Chronicles of Narnia, with the SteamPunk
That's
overtones.
some fairly high praise.
Yeah.
Those did okay.
I heard about those. Yeah, I had to look one of them up.
The one that he didn't mention yet.
Yeah.
He looked that one up.
Yeah.
But you know what? You can look any of them up, but just be sure that you look up The Coming Future.
Yes.
Please do.
Find that. Check that out. What's coming? Now you have The Coming
What's
World's
coming in
coming
the
out.
future?
Coming World will
What's
be
coming
out
up?
probably within the next month or two.
Okay.
It's a pentology, so there's going to be 5 books.
Uh-huh.
We're flirting with the idea of having a couple of shorter, 10, 20,000 word novelettes come out
Okay.
in between the books, just showing some of the backgrounds.
It's a big
of,
thing right now. There's a huge trend out there for kind of the somewhere between a short story and a novelette
Yeah.
that is a nice straight read. People can get on the bus and read it on the way to work
Yep.
or whatever. There's a huge trend that a lot of writers have told me. I'm still doing novels because I'm not that smart, but a lot of writers have told me there's novelettes and these little short stories are doing huge things.
Yeah, that's what I just heard myself, and so we're like, yeah, we've wanted to do some stories like this anyways, so we're playing with those ideas. Yeah, it's been good.
Okay. Well, let me tell you. Writers are weird. It's like
Wow,
we
geez.
are.
Is that just because I'm wearing a kilt that you say that?
Yes.
I love this
Yes, it was.
confessional all of a sudden out of nowhere.
Writers are weird, because we have there's certain things we have to have. I need quiet. I need my office to be my office. And anybody comes in, it needs to die.
Okay.
I mean, so it's like there's a poison spell
I'm
at
glad
the
I'm
door.
not Sage or
if they
Demon
walk
today.
in,
What do you do with the bodies?
this is the problem. When they die, if they fall inward, you are obligated to move them, which takes away from the writing.
It does.
If they fall outward, you just close
store
the door.
them for later.
If they fall outward, you close the door and pretend they're not there. If they fall inward, you're screwed.
Oh, door.
Now,
oh, door.
writing, but you need, we need a place to write. We need a way to write. Do you have any writing rituals that you kind of go through? I have to have the coffee. I'm the traditional, the guy that they make fun of in the magazines. I have my coffee here, my ashtray here, and my keyboard going at it. So how about you? What do you got?
It depends on where and when I'm writing. If I'm writing at home, I have a back patio. There's a nice little, there's a drainage ditch that we call a pond in the backyard.
Very nice,
You know,
very nice.
It's kind of
Florida
nice.
is wonderful
Oh, it
for
is great.
providing ambiance.
Yeah, good ambience area. A cup of coffee or a cup of bourbon, one or the other, depending upon the time of day. I do a lot of writing. Don't tell my boss, but I do a lot of writing at work. I work at a walking clinic, and so I work in medical stuff. And so half the day, if there's no patients, I'm writing.
All right, so this is not a disclosure issue, and your names will not be mentioned. However, I have to ask, you're writing, you're putting something together, Are you ever drawing inspiration or
From my patients now.
From your patients or your doctors or your nurses, the people working around you?
No, I haven't much. Some of the characters in our book, in the coming future in the Alec Collins mythology, they are designed off of folks that my co-writer knows. Like,
okay.
Yeah, he showed me a picture of him and said, "What do you think when you see this kid?" I think that kid looks like a loner. Looks like she's kind of shy. He goes, and then he showed me another picture of her, and I'm like, "Oh, she's vibrant all of a sudden. Something happened. Something changed." And so
you can create a story between picture 1 and picture 2. That's great.
And a lot of the kids you'll see, you'll be like, "Oh, you know what? That kid sit next to me when I was in high school."
Okay, so in terms of age bracket for these books, are these YA? Are these adult?
Yeah, it's YA. It's a young adult novel, but just like Harry Potter is enjoyed by adults too. I mean, the first person who gave us an Amazon review was 64.
It's funny he says that. All the people on YouTube are like, "Really, Harry Potter's enjoyed by adults?" Number one, we're at a convention right now. If you don't know what house you're in and you're walking through this room, bad things are going to happen. Because everybody's going to ask you. Oh, okay, yeah, you know what? She's asking. She's asking.
What house am I? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
I debated a lot. I kind of feel a little Hermione-like. I'm probably a Ravenclaw. But I kind of ended up in the,
I'm getting a Ravenclaw feeling.
But when we talk about getting a date to prom, I kind of felt like a Hufflepuff.
Roger that. I understand.
So,
I understand.
Although I think I did end up marrying a cheerleader, so I guess it kind of works out eventionally.
After a while, they figure out that we're not that bad.
It took until I was 30. It was 10 years later.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We're going to call it a win for the community, okay? So we've been hanging with writer Glenn Turner, the co-writer of The Coming Future. We're going to put links down below so you can find The Coming Future over on Amazon, wherever you're going to look for books, okay? In the meantime, we're going to thank our partners and our friends. Christian.
I know you've had a lot of... You've been talking a lot this weekend. Do you mind if I take this?
No, please. Thank those people.
We want to thank our partners and friends, Summon Unique Magazine, Famous Faces of Funny, Space Coast Comics, J. Bauer Art, Celestial Healings, our friends at Krypton Radio, radio.com, and Pound the Grape.
He just did Pound the Grape.
I did Pound the Grape.
He's very emphatic about that. Guys, check out the links down below. Get on over. Check out Glenn Turner. Check out The Coming Future and The Coming World.
Yep.
And anything else that's coming.
Trials and fires and wars and lots of stuff.
Oh my. All right, ladies and gentlemen, remember, log on, tune in, and see who we're hanging with next. Thank you so much.
Sir.
That's awesome.
Oh, thank you.